Prize. Our third guest of the evening is Dr. Zahir Ahmed Khan. He is a social scientist and a national leader from BJP. I would request Yamaji to honor our guest. Dr. Zahir Khan has worked as technical head in nearly all the top national and international research organizations in population and health research. He has also worked as India resident advisor for the National Family Health Survey. A hearty warm welcome to all our guests tonight.
Awesome.
I now call upon Ajay Mishra to speak a few words, and along with the guests, please light the lamp to launch this evening.
Sir, honestly speaking, I don't have words to speak in the honor of the people sitting on the dais. I was speaking to Mehtaji and he spoke so highly about Justice Agrawal that I was like, I have to meet this person who has been upholding the principles of justice and really making this country work. We all know that it's only when the High Courts and Supreme Court come into action, the country starts working. Sir, thank you very much for gracing the evening. It's really an honor for us. Thank you very much. Rajendra Singh ji, he's God on earth. The man who has devoted his life for the cause of water without asking even a penny in return. When Shrikant informed me that, when I was talking to him, that Shrikant will be having this book launched, so he said that who can be better than Dr. Rajendra Singh ji to grace the occasion. And when I told him that, will it be possible for us to handle such a person of his caliber, and he said, don't worry, Bhaiya, you do not know, he is very down to earth. And then finally I got to speak to Dr. Rajendra ji, and I was like, I'm speaking to my own family. It's an amazing that we have the best of the people sitting on the dais. Dr. Zahir Khan, I met him last week, thanks to Mini Liman, the BJP secretary treasurer for the Karol Bagh region. So we were in Connaught Hotel, I think. So he said that she told me, myself, Shirish, we were just having evening tea, and she told me that Dr. Zahir Khan is coming. So I go, Zahir Khan, cricketer, is coming. So I said, no, he is the cricketer in the field of politics. And he can throw baseball and googly at the same time. But when I met him, honestly, the first thing I told him after brief discussion that Zahirji, today it's a busy day, but honestly I'd like to sit down with you and have a proper meal, dinner, over the coffee, and a lot of discussions. An immensely educated guy, has a command over the religious fundamentals, and if I should speak these words, I do not know. As long as you do not put it on the media and the camera. He has been handpicked by by the Honorable Lion of India from Gujarat. And he's actually building the Ram Setu between the communities in India. Sir, please correct me if I'm wrong. So one of the finest beings that I have met, and it's such a pleasure. There are people sitting in the audience who have helped me in various facets of life. Some who were a part of my school journey, some who were a part of my college days, some who were a part of my post-graduation. My professor Mridula Gupta will be joining very soon. She's currently in the University of Delhi, North Campus, for some promotion aspects of her subordinates. So she has promised that she will be coming in. And people who have worked with me in the companies, people who have really worked with me shoulder to shoulder in various social and religious organizations, people who have walked along with me on the path of spirituality. I mean, it's an amazing feeling to be in the same room with all these people. All I can say in your honor, dear sirs, कि मेरे सर को जो रुतबा मिला वो तेरे दर से मिला, हालांकि मुझे ये सर भी तेरे ही दर से मिला। औरों को जो मिला वो मुकद्दर से मिला, हमें तो मुकद्दर भी तेरे ही दर से मिला। Thank you, sirs. Thank you. I would request, as in any event, if you light the lamp with your pious hands, I think it will give grace to this evening, sir. Thank you very much. Thank you, sir.
Patel, the chairman of CRISA, the government of MP. Pia Haikilla, a journalist she was a journalist with Al Jazeera and The Guardian, etc. And Shri Mohan Bhojwani, who is a social activist. The topic for this panel discussion will be India, touristic, mystic and a cosmic chaos. I hand over to Christina now. There are 3 minutes.
Political agenda of India, and that too glancing through the cosmic strength of our country. I mean, that's a very deadly combination to, in fact, write about. You know, I still remember visiting Beatles' ashram in Rishikesh. I don't know if you have heard about it, but this ashram in Rishikesh, the Beatles band came to Rishikesh to visit a Maharishi yogi and to learn about the cosmic powers, and they stayed here for over 10 years just to understand, you know, the cosmic powers of our country, the transcendental meditation of our country. And I was completely astonished to know the fact that how we ridicule the spirituality of our country, how we don't admire and respect the spirituality of our country. We have a wide range of people who are spiritually powerful in our country. So, and you know, today when one is losing faith in spirituality and the existing diversity of our country, especially in terms of secularism, where there have been religious clashes and there have been laws like love jihad and CAA, it is very important for us to understand the importance of cosmic and mystic powers of our country, and whether it is relevant in our country today, and whether it is in our favor to work. We have a very elaborate and distinguished panel here, and I welcome all of you. Thank you for joining us. So yeah, they have been in India over 10-15 years, I believe. Yes, they have been here for over 17 years, and they come from a completely different background altogether. And I want to ask that what has kept you in India? I mean, what do you like about India? And do you believe in mystic and cosmic powers? Anyone, any of you can start.
So, I get asked, I'm from Finland originally, but I have lived overseas majority of my life. I get asked a lot by my fellow countrymen, what keeps you in India for so long? It's a huge country, it's a messy country, it's this and that. Everybody has an opinion about India. And my answer to them always is, now I'm using Hindi, kyunki har din bak din, just pay. Life is so interesting in India. I really cannot understand any of it. I've been here for 11 years. I am a student of Hindi and Urdu, and I am completely out of it. You see, every day I go outside of my house, I live in central Delhi, there's something going on. There's a parade of elephants. There's a wedding from Gujarat. There is a political demonstration. What is that all about? Now, of course, it feeds my curiosity like no tomorrow, because being a journalist, one of the essence of that is you have to fill your curiosity. And no other country right now on this planet, for me personally, would not feed my curiosity the same way as India does. It really is remarkable with its tolerance, its intolerance, with its everyday life, with its spirituality. I love the way, we're going back to just briefly about the spirituality, and then I hand over to Andrea. I love the way Indians are so tolerant that they allow you, me, him, her, finding spirituality anywhere. Even it is in the small, the chota chiriya that comes to my balcony. And I'll find spirituality with that bird. And that is another day of the rose, of the hardin that keeps us foreigners here.
So, I'm from a different. I came to India in 2003, and I've lived in Gurgaon the whole time. I'm not a journalist. I've worked in the corporate sector with the party group for about 8 years before starting my own company. And like Pia, I've lived most of my adult life outside of my country of origin, which is the UK. And I've been immersed in very different cultures, such as Japan, which is is different for me. I think it'd be different for you. So when my husband said, I want to start a business in India with an Indian colleague, I thought, yeah, why not? Be interesting, never been to India. And what keeps me here? So for me, I would say, if you look at Gurgaon, 17 years, it's just changed beyond all recognition, right? Completely changed. I have a huge admiration for India's ability to embrace and accept different, and actually revere different languages, different traditions, different religions. Just the magnitude of diversity is what appeals to me as someone who loves diversity and thrives on diversity. So I think the energy, when people ask me this, I think it's the energy. There's very glib answers like, oh, I love the colours. But the colours, the vibrancy, it has meaning in it, right? It's very appealing. And in terms of spirituality, look, for me, spirituality is of the soul, right? Obviously, it's of the soul, what moves me. And what moves me, one of my strongest memories is like floating in the river Ganges. Because you hear so much about, the Ganga, it's got special properties, and, it's from the Western tradition, slightly cynical. But just lying in that water and feeling that water was a very moving experience for me. So I'll shut up now and let someone else speak.
I would like to intervene and ask Pia and question.